Man, this might be bigger than it looks at first glance. Because when you start hearing surprise names tied to the Browns in the top 10, that's usually not random. There's a pattern to it. Always is. And this time, the name is Caden Proctor. Yeah, an offensive tackle that, not long ago, most folks had slotted late first round, maybe even early second. And now, he's being linked to pick number 6. That changes a lot about how we've been reading this Browns draft. Let's set the table real quick. The Browns walk into the 2026 draft with 2 first-round picks, 6 and 24. And from jump, the conversation's been pretty straightforward. A wide receiver and offensive tackle. It was never if, it was which one first. And that's where things get interesting, because depending on the order, you completely change the value of pick 6. If you go WR first, you're betting the tackle class has depth. If you go OL first, you're betting receivers will still be there at 24. Simple on paper, messy as hell in reality. Now here's where it gets spicy. The name everyone's been tying to number 6 is Carnell Tate. Makes total sense. High-end, talent Ohio State connection plug-and-play fit in the offense. But now this Proctor buzz pops up. And this ain't just about the player. This is about how the Browns are stacking their board. Because if Proctor is really in play at 6, then one of these has to be true. The Browns think he's way better than consensus. They don't trust the OL depth later in the draft, or they're setting up some kind of move. Yeah, a trade. And that third one? You can't ignore it, Dawg Pound. Let's peel it back and look at the player. Proctor isn't your typical late first guy. He's got ridiculous size, 6'7+. NFL-ready frame, Alabama experience, steady production, recent All-American. That's real. His issue's never been ceiling. It's been technique consistency and projection. So the real question is, do the Browns think they can coach him up fast? Because if the answer is yes, taking him at 6 starts to make more sense. Now tie this into history. Andrew Berry's shown us a few things. He values offensive line. He's not scared to go against the grain he's traded down in spots like this before. He builds with the long game in mind. So this isn't completely out of character. But taking Proctor at 6 without moving back? Now that would feel off, because you're leaving value on the table. Meanwhile, there's another read around the league. Some sources still say the Browns are locked in on WR at 6, and the name's still Carnell Tate. And honestly, that tracks. Look at the offense. You need an explosive weapon. You need to take heat off the QB. You need a legit game changer. A top 10 WR gives you that right away. An offensive tackle usually doesn't. To me, this all comes down to one thing: scarcity. The Browns are asking themselves, what won't be there at 24? If they believe WR will dry up fast, take Tate at 6 OL will dry up fast. Take Proctor, or another tackle. That's pure draft logic right there. Best case scenario, the Browns rid the board. Right. Grab an elite WR at 6, still land a solid tackle at 24. Result: offense levels up immediately. Plus line starts getting rebuilt, more balanced team in 2026 already. Now the risk: if the Browns overvalue Proctor and take him at 6, and the top WRs are gone before 24, you could walk out of this draft without a true impact weapon, and that hurts. Especially if the offense is already starving for a playmaker. Now here's the scenario that feels most likely to me. Trade down. If the Browns like Proctor, but know they can grab him later, then the smart move is slide back a few spots, stack more picks, still get your guy. Now that's how you cook. There's already chatter about teams wanting to move up, so the door's wide open. Straight up, I wouldn't take Proctor at 6. Not because of the player, but because of the value. If you can get him later, you don't burn a premium pick there. Now, if the Browns truly believe he's a franchise tackle, that changes everything. Because elite OL locks things down for years. But you better be damn sure. To me, what this news really tells us isn't who the Browns will pick. It's that their board looks different from everyone else's. And when that happens, you either look like a genius, or it blows up in your face. No middle ground. So let me ask you straight, Dawg Pound. If you're sitting at 6, are you locking in a WR who flips the offense right now, or betting on a tackle who could dominate long-term? Because that choice might shape the Browns for years.